That's where we started, the Buttonwood Canal into Coop Bay, and then went left. And we made it out somewhere to there this morning. So we're out here at the Guy Bradley Visitor Center, and we go back up that road there. Eventually, we're gonna come around and down Route 1 to the other side of Florida Bay and do all those keys, and that's on the way to Key West. But the first thing we're going to do is go up here to Key Biscayne National Park, which is off the map a little bit. Time for a nice meal. This is the Florida Bay outside Flamingo. Let's see if it's this choppy right by the shore. Kind of see what the open water can be like. I don't think after this experience that open water is great for a kayak. Little Pineland Trail. It's only 4/10 of a mile. Goes through some hardwood hammock trees. Cool. Ooh, very buggy shelter. Wow, like bees or something. Looks like some evidence of fire there. Survivor. There's a water hole. There's no water in it. It's about 5 o'clock now. It's just looking for other things to do after I spent less time than intended in the wilderness on the kayak. We are going to Biscayne National Park very soon, but I was intending on doing that on the way to Dry Tortugas, and Dry Tortugas I've got to wait 6 days till I can go there. because I have a date for my ticket, which I organized this trip around. These are the pine rocklands. A lot of these tall, skinny pines were cleared for urban development, according to the sign. Here are some of the smaller hammock hardwoods. I'm so glad that kayaking trip ended up the way it did. I would have liked to get out of there myself under my own power, but I'm glad that I was able to stay overnight at the wilderness campsite, experience that, and also just experience the power of nature and the waves and the wind. Like, that's an experience unlike any other, where you feel like nature's kind of overpowering you and nature's gonna win that battle. Here's another type of tree. Where are you, little guy? There you are. Hello there. Gorgeous capturing you guys. Bye now. So I think it's kind of interesting that the hammock trees, which are these trees, do not survive fire. But these trees, the pine trees, obviously do survive fire. Except that one didn't. But those ones did. A lot of them survive fire, so the pine trees here, the tall trees there, rely on, see this one got burned and is still alive. They rely on fire so they're not taken over by those trees, the hammock trees. I just learned something new today. And now I don't know which type of tree I'm fighting for. It's a war between plants. Whose side are you on? The hammock trees or the pine trees? Because if the hammock trees win, then the pine trees are going to lose their soil and they're going to keel over and die. As you just read, it's the most endangered pine tree in North America. Did you know pine trees could be endangered? Species of pine trees, this species of pine tree. So I guess the hardwood's doing fine. So, let the fire come so the pine trees can survive, I guess. Some places count on some natural wildfires. Rock Ridge. Learn all these things about Florida. Oh, that's a nice flower. And here and in the Bahamas, wow. Bright yellow flowers at certain times. So today I learned that, well, either I need to get my upper body strength up a little bit, or the wind makes waves that are too powerful for me. I also learned that contacting emergency services really works. I've never done it before because I never really felt like I needed it, but I wanted to do it before I felt like I was actually in danger. So use them as a precaution if you feel stuck. And feel like you might need help a little more desperately at some other point. Oh, these wasps near the shelter are terrible. And I also learned so much about trees. So how awesome is that? I'm the only car in this lot at the moment. Good morning. We are Stick the Eagle here, and we are still in the Everglades National Park. We've been hanging out in the air conditioning in the car at the visitor center for a while. I finally got my Great Smoky Mountains stickers taped into this book. I don't know why I hadn't done that. I just was doing other things, I guess, but asked for a piece of tape at the visitor center. Got some magnets from the national parks I'd like to collect, and we've just been hanging out planning our next steps since I was back early from the river, from the Wilderness Waterway, so we have to wait a little bit till we go to Biscayne, but I'm thinking of heading over that way. I was thinking about going potentially north to do more Florida Trail, but it's hot outside in the afternoon, and I'm really not eager about that. I mainly just want to stay protected from the sun here. I did plan my hotel for the Keys, and I was looking at Key West since I'm going to Dry Tortugas on Saturday, and I need a hotel to legally stay because there's no place to otherwise stay in the Keys. The hotels in Key West are astronomically expensive, so I decided to save by just getting up really early in the morning. I am going to Dry Tortugas and stay in Marathon instead. And Marathon is one of the Keys. It's a little farther away from Key West, but it's about 25 to 30 miles away, so it's not a huge deal. So I'm saving a couple $100 on a hotel. And then once Dry Tortugas is over, I'm going to be heading back north, and I was just making a plan for what I want to see as I go up back through Georgia and then over to get my 42nd state. Hey, so I've been hanging out here a while in the air conditioning, not doing much of anything today, kind of just relaxing, but I just made a spur of the moment decision that it is time to go to Biscayne National Park. I've seen everything that the Everglades has had to offer, I think. I've spent enough time here. I want to go check out Biscayne, even though I don't have a reservation there until 2 days. There might be something else that is kind of interesting that I can experience at Biscayne. So onward, and let's go find out. Also, a quick word on camping in your car. Generally, I find that rest areas are fine, trailheads can be fine, even spots in national parks. Even though it's technically not allowed, you can still do it as long as you go to a different spot every night. Make sure you're not in the same spot or hanging out somewhere for a long time. So that's my 2 cents there. Well, I arrived at Biscayne National Park, but the parking lot is completely full and there's nowhere to park, so I've just been kind of driving around.
An extra hour? Or, well, yes. Yeah.
It's like 4:55 right now. underwater for over 2 centuries. Those paddleboard, I think, are something we might be doing later this week. There's Miami. Miami. Cast your used fishing line here. Cool. We've reached the end of the path. Most of Biscayne National Park is water. This is a very busy park right now, and it closes. They close the ground in 7 minutes, so you can't just explore the evening whenever you want to from here. You have to exit the park because they close the park road. They make sure everybody's out. Although, I don't know how they're gonna close in 7 minutes with all these people still behind me back on the trail. Who knows? But they do close the park, so you can't stay here for the evening when it's actually cooler. So we'll figure out somewhere else to go. And I'm glad I did this little walk and came here to get some outside time, just as a limited exposure. We will be back here at Biscayne National Park for our a little boat tour and excursion to explore the water part of the park, which is most of the park. Alright y'all, it's time to go find a place to camp, and I'm wondering if I should go back up north of Miami to where some of the free beaches are, or whether I should go back into Everglades to find one of the spots I used early on near Big Cypress Preserve that I liked staying at. So that's my mystery right now. We're Stick the Eagle. I hope you enjoyed following along. It wasn't really an exciting video today, just explaining what I was doing today as I wait for what's next. I don't know how I'm going to share the snorkeling with you all, whether I can actually bring my underwater camera with me on that. I'll have to see. But for now, remember to embrace the journey and happy trails.